Now we have a reactant. Now we are continuing from our previous video lecture. The topic which we were doing was decomposition reaction. Now we have here reactant AB. It is combining, it is breaking down to give you two or more products, a simpler product AB. Such type of reaction is known as decomposition reaction. So here also we have to cover some important examples. The very first example is, we have to cover here examples. The very first example is decomposition of ferrous sulfate. First of all, to understand this reaction, you need to know the formula of ferrous sulfate. Since ferrous means iron, so here we are labeling it Fe. Ferrous means +2 valency, okay? Sulfate is SO4. Its valency is also 2. So 2 to simplify into ratio of 1:1. What we have to do is we have to bring the decomposition, means we have to break down ferrous sulfate. The important point which we have to keep in your mind in this is that ferrous sulfate color is pale green color. It is of pale green color, means it is of very light green color. So when we will take a pinch of ferrous sulfate in a test tube which is of pale green color, and if we start heating that ferrous sulfate, then what will happen? This bigger complex, it will start breaking down. It will start breaking down. When it will break down, what it is going to yield is, it is going to yield Fe2O3 plus evolution of two gases. So if we balance it, we get this stoichiometry. So now you can see that ferrous sulfate, it is of green color. When we heat it, it yielded simpler three products, that is your ferric oxide. Now why it is ferric oxide? Since Fe means iron, Ric means the iron is in the higher oxidation state of 3. So two gases, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. Its color is brown, like something which is very light in color, and we heated that substance, so obvious it is going to turn out to a darker color. Or whenever we heat something, we heat them continuously, then it changes into a darker color of brown, like brown, blue, black. So here we getting the color of brown. So it's very important. Now we have a few more examples of decomposition reaction. Second is decomposition of calcium carbonate. Since calcium means Ca, carbonate means CO3. So both valencies, here is +2, here is -2. They cancel out to ratio of 1:1. So we have formula calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is basically, it is found in marbles or stones, which is used at our home. There we find this compound calcium carbonate. So when we heat them strongly, then what happens? It changes to a simpler product of calcium oxide, which is of white color. You have to learn the color also. It's of white color with the evolution of carbon dioxide gas. So next is decomposition of lead nitrate. Lead symbol is Pb, nitrate NO3, valency 2 crossed over here, nitrate valency 1 crossed over here. So it is a formula of lead nitrate. So this is a symbol of heat triangle. So when we heat lead nitrate, it is going to break down. It is going to break down into lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. This is the gas which is evolved nitrogen dioxide. It is of brown color. This gas is of brown color. Usually the questions are asked by giving you like the color of product evolved out, or the color of substances they ask. So wherever the color is mentioned in reaction, you have to learn the colors also, which like nitrogen dioxide, it is of which color. You have to learn these things also. Now what is common in these two reaction? We find that in both reaction, to bring about decomposition, we require heat. So such type of reaction where heat is required, that reaction is known as thermal decomposition. Means where we are bringing decomposition by using heat. Therm mean heat. So next is like a decomposition of silver chloride. When we decompose silver chloride, it decomposes into silver and chlorine. The silver chloride is of white color, and silver, as you know, that it is of which color? Gray color. So this example where decomposition is bring about by using sunlight, that is known as your photolytic decomposition. What it is named as? Photo means light. Now one more is there, decomposition of water formula you know very well, H2O. So when we have to decompose water, what we have to do is we have to use electricity. So electricity using, we convert into oxygen and hydrogen. So such type of reaction where electricity is used to bring about decomposition, that reaction is known as electrolytic decomposition. So here we have covered three type of decomposition: thermal, photolytic, and the last is electrolytic decomposition. Now the next reaction is displacement reaction. As the name suggests you, displacement means there is a displacement of some substance by other substance. So let us simplify this term. Suppose we have a reactant A, B and C. When A, B and C, they both are reactant, they react together. Suppose the product yielded is A plus BC. Now this, if we look at this reaction carefully, what happened in this reaction? I was having two reactant AB and C. This is AB is basically, we name it as a salt, and this C we can take it as, we just take here as a metal. So what happened when any metal which is having higher reactivity, it react with salt having metal of lower reactivity, having metal of lower reactivity, then what it do, it displaces this metal from its salt to yield. Like this metal is displaced to, and it came out from the salt as A, and it combined with this salt to form the product BC. Such type of reaction is known as your displacement reaction. Now let us quote some examples. The very famous example is, from this example a lot of questions are asked. When we dip this iron into the solution of copper sulfate, the solution is of blue color. Then what happened after keeping the solution for some time? After keeping the solutions for some time, what we observe is that after few minutes, this iron is going to take the position of copper, and the copper come out from its salt, and the product is FeSO4 plus copper. Now its color is not blue, it's like pale color, it's like of pale green color, which we studied in the previous decomposition reaction. Such type of reaction in which one metal displaces other metal from its salt is known as displacement reaction. Done. Now next is double displacement reaction. As the name suggests that there will be displacement from two sides, means there will be double displacement. This double displacement reaction is also often given the name of precipitation reaction. Definition says that there will be exchange of ions between the reactants, that where there is exchange of ions between the reactant, those reactions are called double displacement reactions. So let us understand it better by taking some examples. So I'm over here I'm taking example of sodium sulfate. Sodium valency 1, which cross out over here 1, sulfate valency 2, I'm crossing out over here. If I next salt I'm taking is of barium chloride, barium valency 2. So 2 comes over here, chlorine valency, chloride valency -1, it comes over here. So when they react together, what happen is that there is exchange of ions, means this sodium is going to attack over here, and this Ba is going to attack over here. So now let us form the product. Usually here cationing part, means positive part, is displacing. So sodium is going over there, sodium and chlorine, they're going to give you sodium chloride, that is NaCl, plus what they will give, barium sulfate. BaSO4. So this barium sulfate substance form, it is of white color and it is insoluble substance, mean it do not dissolve in water. There is formation of insoluble substance, white curdy substance, which is known as precipitate. So usually in double displacement reaction there is a formation of precipitate only. That's why this reaction is known as a precipitation reaction. So one more example we have important to cover. That example is of lead nitrate, Pb lead nitrate. This is your potassium iodide. They both react. Again the reaction will be, there is exchange of ion. This potassium is going to attach with nitrate and this lead is going to attach with the iodine. So let us see its product, lead and iodine. They will form lead iodide, and potassium combines with nitrate to form potassium nitrate. This lead iodide is again formed is of yellow color, and it is a precipitate, means it is insoluble in your solution.